fam, what's going on? Happy Halloween. It's been a while since I've done a video for you guys. I know I've been talking about it. I've just been really busy and honestly just been living life, and I've been working on my private pilot license, so trying to get that just as a bucket list, and I've still been doing plants. Obviously you can see my plants are doing really well. I've just been really busy and haven't been able, work's been killing me and haven't been able to do a video for you guys. So thank you so much for always like messaging me, and I'm trying to help you guys as much as I can and to give you guys as much advice as I can possibly give you whenever you hit me up on Instagram and things like that. But just wanted to make you guys some content, some more air layering. I'm about to prop this pink princess here, and I'm going to go ahead and snip this Monstera Dubia, or however you pronounce it. It's been doing well, and it's got this long thing here that I'm just gonna cut it and see if I can get another one out of it. It is Halloween, so happy Halloween. I've got Iron Man here with me. Yes, his suit lights up. So he's over here. We got him some treats, and he's enjoying Halloween and getting some candy or treats. So he's got a trick or two for some treats. So let's go ahead and start going. So this pink princess, you can take a look here. I've actually air layered this already, so it is good to go, ready to pot in some soil. And just how I air layer this is I take some sphagnum moss and some saran wrap, and I basically just wrap the aerial roots and in the saran wrap and moss. And then what I do is I will go ahead and keep that moss wet for a couple weeks, and it will actually turn the roots for me into soil roots, and then I can plant them. This one's been in here for a while just because I haven't been able to make a video, so I've been kind of waiting to make a video just to do this for you guys. So what we'll do is get this thing all cut out, get rid of this crap here. I've got my coral fragging kit, and this is what I use to prop my plants and stuff, just because I keep these tools sterile and they're really easy to work with. And pretty much the same thing I'm doing when I'm cutting my coral and propping my coral, I'll do the same thing for the plants. So it kind of helps me out a little bit. A couple of the tools I've got my peroxide water. I use this just to kind of disinfect once I cut it, because it is going to be like an open wound on a plant. So this does help to get rid of any kind of bacteria and rot and things like that. So the reason that I want to cut this really bad is because if you can see, this was a half moon pink, and it hasn't given me any, it's been giving me pink, but it hasn't given me any half moon. So I'm hoping that I can cut this and it will end up giving me back half moon variegation. So I'm going to cut it all the way down to that piece. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just chop the first part, and I'm going to be very careful with this scalpel here, and I'm going to just make a cut and hold it very tightly, make a very clean cut directly across, just like that. A very clean cut. I don't want to harm the plant. I want to try to keep it as nice as I can. And what I'll actually do is I'll go ahead and pull this out. You can see the plant's full of water, and the roots have actually begun to go in there. All right, so if you want to see here, this is where I cut it. It's a nice clean cut directly across the stem, and what I'm left with is this huge thing here, and I'm actually going to be able to make another cut. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take the aerial roots that I've created, and then I'm actually going to cut another one. So I'm going to have like 4 of these right now, and I was actually only going to have 2. Again, took me a little while. And if you can look, you can see some of these roots that are coming out of that sphagnum moss there. Those are definitely the roots that have turned to soil roots, so you can see they're gonna grow really well. I think this is gonna be awesome. Just to make this easy, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to lay this thing down right here in front of me, and I'm going to chop it long ways. That way I can do this very easily here and get a nice cut on these nodes. And I want to be very careful not to chop any of the leaves and not to harm any other parts of the plant when I'm doing this. There we go. That was a nice cut. And we've got a nice root system to take with us. All right, so there's one cutting here. I'm gonna go ahead and dip this. And this one, I didn't take the cutting that had the root ball. I'm gonna use that one on this next piece here. So I've got a good dip. And this one actually, I might actually go ahead and just stick it in some perlite, which I've got a huge thing of perlite down here, or some water, and see if, where are you going? See if we can get this thing to root up. All right. Cutting number 2. This one does have the root ball, so all I'm gonna do is just give her a little dip right where I cut it on both ends. And how I'm gonna plant this, actually I'm gonna try to keep this part out. I'm gonna just let the roots be in the ground, and I want to just have it sticking out. That way it's gonna help with the rot, you know, in case there's any rot or anything like that. So I'm definitely gonna get this fixed here. All right, so again, I always take 2 paper towels and I just stick it down in. That way, you know, it'll still drain. It just doesn't allow dirt to fly everywhere when I am moving these pots around, because these are just cuttings. I'm actually probably not gonna keep them. I'm probably gonna sell them, or either give them to a friend or trade or something like that. So I basically will just put these in regular pots, like not anything that I'm gonna put in my house or anything like that. That way I can just give them to somebody. I don't have to worry about losing a pot. So these were the only ones I had as well to plant with. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to just stick this bad boy, the whole bundle, since it's already grown in there. I'm just gonna stick this bad boy right here, and I'm going to easily just cover these roots. And I'm gonna try my best just to keep the stem out. I don't want the stem to be under the soil. If I put the stem under the soil, that's gonna just definitely leave some extra chance for some rot. And I don't want rot. No matter what, we don't want rot, for sure. There's one. One down, several to go. And what I may do, just to encourage a little bit of rooting, I'll probably take some moss and wrap these roots here. Or if I could just put it in water. It really, you know, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, whatever your preference is, you can do that. You'll be able to, Kari, get out of the trees. You'll definitely be able to root it however you please. These plants are really easy to grow and prop if you just, you know, watch some of these videos, watch some other videos, and do some research. Pink Princess are expensive, and the price has gone up on them a whole lot, but they're not hard to grow. You can see mine in the past couple months has just, I mean, it's been putting out leaf after leaf after leaf. And I'm actually excited to get some more half moon leaves out of this plant, hopefully, and hopefully it doesn't revert and go to no variegation. Also, what I like to do for my cuttings, which I did for my Florida Beauty, if you guys saw me cut the Florida Beauty and you saw put the Kiki paste on it, Kiki, whatever you want to call it, this paste, I like to put this on the nodes. You can use any kind of like cloning paste or whatever you like. There's powders and things like that. I like to use this Kiki Do You Love Me paste, and I like to activate the nodes. And actually, when I did it, and I'm just learning from like Google and YouTube and things like that, just like you guys, but I basically put this on both sides of the nodes, and it like activated 2 growth points on the Florida. Let's see if I can show this to you guys. So I've got double-sided here. Oh, that would be water. I've got double-sided growth points, which is really awesome. And you can see that the roots are growing like crazy, and you can see that I've got double-sided growth points here, which is awesome because like I'm getting double the leaves and double the growth out of this, and it's getting thicker just like I wanted. Oddly enough, it's been putting out all of these crazy neon green leaves. I've got one good variegation, and I've got a new one about to pop out there at the top. And the propping went really well on this, and this thing is just crazy rooted. It's a very good plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some of this kiki paste, kiki, whatever you want to call it, on the node. And I'm going to see if I can get this thing to grow out of the other side. I'm going to do that for all of these. I want to try to get as much growth out of these things as I can. That way I can, and you never know, I mean, it might pop another leaf out and the leaf might be half moon. It might be pretty awesome. So definitely something to try. And that's what this is all about. You know, I'm always just trying new things. I'm not gonna, you know, I don't always just go by what people say. So if I show you something and it's something that I do, that doesn't mean you have to do it. Try your own stuff out. See what works for you. I mean, that's always what you want to do, is try to get creative. Don't try it on expensive plants like these. It's probably not something that you want to do. You know, you want to try it on an easier plant or on a cheaper plant, just in case you lose it. But I like to try new things. I'm always, you know, making up things that I do, and I don't always follow the rules and by the book. And honestly, it works sometimes. Just to give you guys a quick update on my variegated Ansonii that I cut the only leaf off of. Everyone has been asking me about this one. Like, hey, what happened to your variegated Ansonii? I saw you cut the only leaf off of it. Well, there it is. It's coming back. I've got a new leaf coming out. I've got several leaves now. This thing is just crazy booming. It was only nothing. There was nothing left. It was just one leaf, and that leaf died in transit, and so I cut it. And I haven't been importing any plants lately due to COVID. There's a lot of like heat treating and things going on that are not good for planting. So not good for transporting plants. So I've been cutting that out a lot. This is my Monstera, Dubia, whatever they call it. And it has been growing this extremely long piece. Oh, don't want to harm the new leaf. From the bottom. I don't know why, but it started growing right here off the bottom instead of what it was doing, which was growing up the wood piece that I have on here. And I didn't understand why. Stress could have caused that. So it definitely started growing. But now, like recently in the past week, it's put out a leaf on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and just snip this piece, make another one of it, because there's a bunch of little roots here. And honestly, I could probably make several of these off of this, because there's several growth points on this, and definitely gonna be some aerial roots here that I can use to make new plants. So I'm going to snip this one, and I'm gonna leave this little piece here on the plant, and I'm gonna snip it like that. So now I have a Monstera Dubia cutting, and honestly, all I'm going to do is lay this in the perlite. I'm gonna lay it down in the perlite, and I'm going to let this thing grow roots right here out of this perlite. That's definitely the way that I've seen a lot of people doing it, and I know it will work. So I'm going to do it the way they've done it and try it that way. So I'm just gonna put some water in the bottom of this, and I'm going to keep the humidity super high here in this place, and I'm going to just let the roots grow down into the perlite. Once I see it rooting, then I will go ahead and give it a little dip in the peroxide. Then I'll go ahead and pull it out and plant it, and then hopefully I will get another plant like this. So I hope that was helpful for you guys, just cutting, air layering, things like that. My plants are growing really well. Kari and myself are doing really well. He's been a mess, I've been a mess, I've been busy, so hope you guys are. Again, happy Halloween. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm definitely here to help you guys as much as I can. I want to, teach you guys the things that I've learned, and I want to spread some of this plant love with you. So if you don't mind, give me a follow, give this video a like, check out my YouTube channel, check out my Instagram, my Facebook, and until next time.